Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Hey everyone, can we get a thumbs up real quick?
Yeah,
Saying
just
that
give us a
we're
quick heads up that you see that we are live.
Yep. I
Mark,
feel
can you text me?
I feel like I'm a little kid like this.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna take care of it, sweetheart of my love.
Well, we look like we're
There
four.
we go. We are live. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope
Hello.
you and your families had an amazing week. Thunder Canyon, it was unbelievable. The gratitude, the love that we had for one another. There was a lot of tears, there was a lot of praying, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yep, we're good to go. We're
There's
getting all
Mark.
the
Mark's giving me a thumbs up.
all right.
So in this video, we wanted to do something we've never done before, which is to reflect back on 2022
and all its failures.
how absolutely, number one, we're blessed beyond belief, but how insane it was when we finally made the decision to, purchase Thunder Canyon, start the RV Odd Squad, and pretty much try to serve as many as our fellow RVers as we possibly could.
No, you're like way too. You're making it look like white picket fences and all pretty.
I didn't say that.
And it is like, okay, we have fallen on our faces so bad, but we always fall forward.
We fall forward.
But it's been like, and we've learned some more things.
Like?
Well, we're going to tell people about some more additional new mistakes that we've made, because one of the key threads to our channel has been we mess up, but we mess up big time.
Yes.
Right?
So as you guys know, we were just full-time RVing around the country. We're living the dream. We're going to the most beautiful places, and we're getting paid to do this, right?
Everything was wonderful.
And then I started praying for discernment, and Thunder Canyon started to unfold along with me wanting to start. I had this vision of building a community of RV, of the RV Odd Squad.
Yeah.
And, at that point, Mercedes and I loved our lives. But
it was great. We were traveling everywhere, and we got paid to travel, and we were trailer park famous. So every time we'd go to new RV park, people treated us like we were really important.
But what ended up happening is we got a vision. When we set out, we gave everything to God and said, you take us where you want to go. Thine will, not ours, be done.
Yeah.
And we started falling forward right at that point. And we got to a turning point in our channel where our channel had exploded. We were one of the hottest RV YouTube channels in the RV space.
Over 100,000 subscribers. We had all these businesses like saying, let us sponsor you.
Yeah, let us sponsor you. Share all this free stuff. And it was at that point, Mercedes and I were so grateful to the RV Odd Squad and the people who had supported us and helped us get here. We felt it would have been selfish for us to just go that route. No, we're not judging anybody that goes that route. Most do.
It's really easy to turn into a commercial.
Right.
It's easy to forget what got you started in the first place and turn into today's gadget of the week.
Right.
It's easy to
But
turn
some of the
into
bigger channels make $500,000 to $1 million a year, guys. There's serious money in this.
You can't blame them for
I can't blame them.
Yeah.
No judgment at all. We decided that we wanted to share our success with our community.
Yeah.
With the RV Odd Squad. We don't feel we'd be here without you, and
share the benefits that we wouldn't have had it not been for you in the first place.
Yeah. And every day since we set out from day one, 4 years ago, December 8th, 4 years ago is when we set out. We said a simple prayer every single time before we did a video, and it was always, dear Heavenly Father, guide us, direct us, and continue to put the right people in our lives at the right time so we can accomplish your will.
Yeah.
And it has unfolded how it has unfolded. We haven't really had much of a plan outside of serve other people. Just serve, and trust that God will take care of the rest.
But mistakes were made. Okay, so we're a lot's going on. You guys have heard the story about how after the pandemia, it was very crazy. And John's like, we need a safe place to land. And you guys probably, if you're here, you know about the mistake that we made, that we were like announcing to the world, hey, everyone, look at this piece of property. Here's the address. We haven't bought it yet, but we want to. And
poor Miss Kitty.
I do too. And all of that insanity. And then some of you guys may remember that we kind of needed a way to vet people, because all of a sudden we had 7,000 emails of everyone. They were all our number one fans.
Yeah.
But really, they just wanted a lot. Like, they didn't really care about us. And so really, or our vision. So really figuring out like who was into the vision, who wasn't. So we created this prestigious membership called the RV Odd Squad.
At the same time, we launched that along with buying the campground and having a lot of work to do ahead of us.
Yeah. So okay. Campground. We've stayed at campgrounds, but we've never run a campground. Membership. We've joined memberships, but we've never run a membership.
Sorry, guys.
And then, but wait, there's more. So as part of the thing in the membership, we wanted to really like deliver value. We wanted it to be something where it was like, you know, if this costs this amount, you make this much. So it's a
Right.
no-brainer to join.
The goal was whatever it is we charge, that we would triple that for you. And we figured this would be easy, right? How hard can it be to
How
start a
hard could
store?
it be?
How hard would it be to get people insurance? How hard can it really be to start a large
Telehealth,
community?
Televet, crazy coupons. And here is where we were like,
Really got insane because we had the campground, and we made money from affiliate links. So
Yeah.
any of you that went through and bought products using our links, we would get a small percentage of that, 2-3%. Didn't cost you anymore, but that's kind of how we did it. And then YouTube at that time paid us, I think it was around $9,000 a month in AdSense.
YouTube was amazing.
We don't pick the ads, they pick them, but they give us a certain percentage of the ads that go on our channel. And we were super, super hot. So I wanted to deliver value to the people that put us where we are. So we launched an online store, store.rvoddcouple.com. And if you are one of those 400 people who have ordered from the store, just know Mercedes, Sage, all of us, we delivered those packages to you guys with love. We packed every single box. We drove down to the post office or the UPS with stuff. Most of you know we'll stuff extra free stuff. If it's a bigger box, we'll throw a hat in and we'll throw some stickers in. But we did that with love, and we didn't realize how much work it was going to be. We thought it'd be simple. Nothing's ever simple.
Well, because at the same time we were seeing what's happening to the RV industry, and it's the same thing that's happening to all the industries. Everything's made in China. It's all about the big corporations. They're edging out the mom and pops, and it's like you just can't.
Cradle to grave.
Well, they want to own, just like Procter and Gamble sells diapers and they sell denture cream. They're trying to do that to the RV space. They're trying to sell you your first RV and help you sell it when you're done. You know.
And maybe you guys haven't seen it, but the RV space in general, it's
consolidating.
They're consolidating it. There's less and less choices. These manufacturers that are putting together junk for the last couple of years, getting service on your rig has become a nightmare. And Mercedes and I took a different perspective on the space.
Yeah.
We promised to always tell you the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
here's more truth, everyone. Yay.
Yeah. So Mercedes want to do a little bit more truth and give you kind of the behind the scenes of what you didn't know was going on here at Thunder Canyon and within the store every day since we started.
And
so where would you like to start?
Let's start with
Mercedes loves doing videos on our mistakes.
I do. You know why? Because everyone always presents themselves like they have it all put together. And I really struggle when I see people that like have the white picket fence. I'm like, man, my fence, like I need to paint it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm failing. So I like to share the failures because they're hysterical. You can't make this stuff up. And we're overachievers. So when we fail, we
are perfectionists.
Fails. You know, we don't do anything halfway. And then the other thing, I think that like it's always the worst things or the scars that actually bring the most value.
Yeah. And but one thing we both have in common also is we both love helping other people.
Yeah. And
whoever's right in front of us, both firstborn, both perfectionists.
Yeah, it's great, guys.
And so we launched into this thing. I was a carpenter my whole life. My wife was a mortgage banker.
So we're totally prepared to run an RV park and to start a retail business. And we're also totally ready and like prepared to, what else did we start? Oh, a membership.
Yeah, the memberships.
And to manually take care of all of the pieces, like the cards.
Yeah.
We got this card machine. And then the software and
the software went bad. We spent a couple $1,000s on getting this card machine. We spent the first couple of months getting all the founders done and getting the cards out to them. And then the software went kabonk. And we've been struggling with this company for months to get it fixed. Guys, it's fixed.
Yeah,
the cards are fixed.
Behind.
Yeah, we're a couple hundred behind right now, but we're catching up fast. Yeah. So if you did join us, number one, thank you so much for your love, your support, and especially your prayers.
Yeah.
Your card is coming. It's coming, guys. So please just hang in there with us. A couple of other things. We have passed 800 members of the RV Odd Squad, right? Who has joined us. Whether you're a founder, and our founders are amazing. Those are the ones we give every benefit we possibly can. We forego.
We throw the kitchen.
We throw everything we can at you. And we kind of consider we're working for you guys. Those are our biggest supporters. There's 250 of you.
Yeah.
You know, we've got about 500 park passes. These are people that come to Thunder Canyon, and we're getting to the point now where
we almost know what we're doing.
We almost know what we're doing, and now we're getting good at it, and we're starting to plug in the right people in the right places to get this stuff to just go smooth. We plug Mark into the store, and we're at the end of the year. So what we're going to do is we're going to just basically do a store blowout to dump all the inventory we have back in there.
Yeah.
We've got all these shirts, we've got hats, we've got stickers, and we're basically giving you guys everything that it costs. Nothing is made. As a matter of fact, it's going to cost us for some of the material, like snap pads. Big mistake.
Talk about what
big mistake.
Okay. So we're idiots. Okay. So you can see, you can see what's coming around the horizon when we have the store, the campground, this and that, plus the YouTube channel. Like you can see, okay, this isn't going to end.
We were pretty busy.
Yeah, we had a lot going on. Well, then we decide to enter the retail space, and we decide to start mailing rocks to people. And rocks, the heavier the better.
No, guys, snap pads are a great product.
They're awesome.
But some of them come 6 to a box, and they weigh like 80 pounds. And do you know what it costs to ship those? I went out and bought $5,000 worth of inventory.
Snap pads for everyone.
Other problem with snap pads is there's 20 different designs and types.
Because the manufacturers don't make a solid size.
Right. And so we actually had to get a forklift to get this off the truck, and they've been sitting outside. The snap pads that are in our store, go in and do a search within the store.
Free shipping. Take them.
Right. And if they fit your RV, guys, free shipping, we're giving them away pretty much at this point. Exactly what we paid for them. So the snap pads are going to cost us about probably 30 or 40 bucks.
But that's okay.
To get rid of them. But they're going to people who supported us. So again, Mercedes said earlier, we always fall forward. God's always got our back. Some reason we seem to learn the hard way.
And one and two. This is like a weight, like when you're doing bicep curls.
Dumbbells?
Yeah, this is like a dumbbell.
You married a dumbbell.
I did.
You married a complete dumbbell.
No, and I wanted to bring you guys a box of them to demonstrate how heavy it is. And it's like dark outside. And John's like, I'm not walking outside in the dark to bring an 80-pound box.
She wanted me to bring the whole box to illustrate how heavy it is, right? That's my wife.
And it's not like it's like a straight walk on paved concrete. It's like, so instead I got one.
Bottom line, guys, go to the store.rvoddcouple.com. See if we've got some of the pads you need.
Yeah.
And you're getting them below cost ultimately.
And some people are.
And we're shipping them to you for free.
What's a snap pad? Well, it can also serve as a dumbbell, but its primary purpose is you find out when you have an RV, your landing gear, right? You're constantly putting blocks underneath. Well, this snaps into place and you never have to remove it. It's beautiful.
They're wonderful. They work great. If you have a fifth wheel, you probably should have these or even a Class A bus.
Yeah.
But just know this, guys, and we learned this the hard way. It also adds 2 inches underneath your landing gear. So if you know, these manufacturers, most of them just throw stuff on. But sometimes your landing gear will drop 2 inches closer. So when you're driving, these can actually hit the ground. So think about those things.
But they're awesome because they protect the landing gear. So when you're when you're parking in a slightly uneven spot, and what's really nice is the landing gear goes in here. It goes into these ridges.
Yeah, it never comes out.
It stays there forever. Like it's a set it and forget it. So
Again,
they're amazing.
It's a great product, guys. It really is a good product. It's just not one that worked out for us trying to get to you for no cost.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and this was a retail fail. Okay?
That was a fail. Yeah.
So you guys can benefit from that. I mean, we did a lot of really, really, really dumb things, and obviously not just the doing too much at once. But then we also created systems that we had to manually do every little thing for.
Everything we did, we had to manually go and do. So nothing was automated. So every time one of you guys said, hey, I want to change my email, we had to go in and actually find your email and make the change in the email system.
Well, exactly.
We've got 7 or 8 different digital products that don't talk to each other. So we're constantly doing this and running all over the place to just get simple things done that really should be automated. Now, as I said earlier, Mark, he's my brother, man. Yeah. Thunder Canyon would not have been as successful as it is right now without Mark. Mark came here last year in October. No, it was sometime in the fall. He brought his whole family with me. Mark has sit right by my side. He's your buddy. He's my best friend. Yeah. And now we've got him. We're finishing up in Thunder Canyon. It's running smooth. It's doing great. All the people that came in with us are very happy. Now Mark's jumping on the store. and he's going to help us get the store straight. So 2023, guys, we are going to add so many products to the store, but we won't be selling snap pads anymore.
No. But we will pay you to buy our snap
We're paying you to take the snap pads.
No.
So.
Okay, and then another mistake. Give me the flow-throughs.
The flow-throughs.
Yeah, the green ones.
The green ones.
Yep. Okay, so I adore like the people that work at this company are awesome. It's
They're
like
good family-owned company.
Like I will stand behind TST.
We love Mike. We love Bear. We love the
PSI
dad
family.
sent us a letter when we first. They're just a good family from Texas.
But we're idiots, and we ordered like a whole case of
$20-something thousand worth of this stuff. Now,
a boatload of flow-throughs. Why is flow-through a problem? See, flow-through sensors are amazing. You put them on the stem, and then you don't have to remove the cap when you go to fill the air on the tire, right? And
they're great, but you have to have metal lugs on the tire itself.
Not everyone has metal.
Not everybody has
valve
stems, yeah.
Metal valve stems. So I'm thinking like, oh, flow through. I want this on all my vehicles because I don't want to have to remove the cap when I add the air. And the reason you need the TPMS, just in case you're new, is because you need to monitor your tires at all times.
You have to monitor your tires when you're in this game, guys.
Yeah,
you have to monitor your tires when you're RVing.
So you don't die.
It's a must. And so we think it's one of the most important. Tires are the most important thing in the RV game, guys. When you and your family are riding on your tires, you got to monitor the tires. And I love the flow through sensors, but you have to have the metal valve stems on your rims to use these. And so if you don't mind, a few of you anyways, if you go ahead and get metal valve stems.
I need you to change your tires on your vehicle so then you can buy one of these.
And so, which leads us in
anything.
Another somewhat bit of a mistake, a great product, but it didn't do very well because there wasn't enough markup on it. And that would be Vayer.
Oh yeah.
We love Vayer. It's a great company. They do a great job. We know they have the best product in the space.
Yeah.
The problem is that we don't move enough volume.
We're not Good Sam's.
We're not Good Sam's. We're not Walmart. Exactly. So we can't buy, containers full of this stuff.
Yeah.
We would buy, a couple hundred or something like that. And they just don't move as quickly as and we can only save our members about $15 or $20 on each one. We give you wholesale pricing, but by the time we're done shipping it to you, and again, this was never about us making money. This was about the people that were supporting us.
Yeah. We
give them as much as we can to try to triple the value of their membership.
But the problem is that because we're a small mom and pop, when we don't have the pricing, when you figure in the shipping, it's like, I just paid $5 to send you this thing. And I'm really glad you have good tires now. I'm glad you got air on the go. But I love the Vayer. In fact,
You got to have one.
Well, and
you got to have TPMS.
They have different sizes, and I noticed the one for the van isn't really popular. We got the big one here, the 400.
Yeah, the 400.
The one that's for the van, I'm actually, I have one in my Jeep. This is a 400. So I asked John, why did you need such a big one? Because they have the 400 and the 450. Why do you need such a big 400 and 450? For a fifth wheel, because I'd rather go cheaper and buy a smaller one. But he explained to me that the bigger the power, the
more pressure.
So you're not waiting there for 30 minutes.
Right, to fill it.
Yeah.
Skippy, go lay down, buddy.
But so what does this have to do? So we need to completely change our store.
Yeah.
We need to start from
scratch. Being revamped. Mark's helping us. We're going to get things where we can at least save our members at least 40%. Now with our TSTs, we hit the 40%. With the what other product do we hit? Clear Source.
Yeah,
Clear Source is around 25%, but Clear Source is one of our favorite products because if you're not using a water filter when you're RVing, you are the water filter, guys. And if you saw some of the plumbing at the campgrounds all over this country, you don't want to drink anything that goes through those pipes. You've got to clean the water that comes into your RV, and we know for a fact that Clear Source is the best in the RV space with the smallest. Takes out 0.02 microns. And just to tell you guys, we own a Berkey. We bought our Berkey 4 years ago when we started RVing. We have never changed the filters in our Berkey. You know why? Because our water comes right in through the clear source, and the clear source cleans up all that water. The Berkey still does some stuff, but it's more chemicals at that point.
So here's the point. So we're trying to serve our members, right? And so the snap pads, like up to 70% off. The our founding members and our nomads, they're getting like 50% off the merch. They're getting 30% off of the Vire and the clear source, 45% off the TST, 40% off the gas stop. Like they're getting crazy savings, right?
Best prices we can get you.
And that's great. But we need to start from scratch. Even the technology that we're using, we want to change up. And in order to start from scratch, it all needs to go. Right. And so what we're trying to do, because on the flip side, in this retail side, you do have to be very careful. Like I cannot manually verbally verbalize certain prices. I have to be very careful. It's a long story. So what we've thought is that we have created a way to let more people enjoy the founder and nomad pricing.
Right. And the whole point, guys, is we've learned a lot of mistakes. We're going to get better at it in 2023. We're super excited about that. If you support us and our channel and our crazy wild escapades out here on YouTube, we want to give back to you as much as we possibly can. And that's the plan. And so what we're doing is founders usually get the best prices on our products in our store. They have their own login. We've put together a code tonight to let all you park pass holders, those who paid $97, right, just to get access to Thunder Canyon. If you need any of the products we're talking about tonight, you definitely want to get a park pass. Buy the park pass for $97. You're going to save a couple $100
that I can't say
because you're getting wholesale pricing. Again, we can't tell you the price, but we can tell you typically the best price any store can offer publicly is say $400. Well, we can get it for you $200.
Well,
and that's what we're talking about.
And somebody mentioned in the comments drop shipping. Okay, let me tell you another reason why we're idiots. Okay, so some companies.
You stop calling me an idiot.
No,
Call yourself an idiot.
Well, I said we.
Okay.
Like we're together in this.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. You and me. No. Okay, so we have companies. Some of them do offer drop shipping. But if you get two products and they ship it separately, then by the time you add the shipping, we paid it. Drop ship sounds amazing.
We don't have to explain the entire process, but it's not as easy as you think it is.
It's not what you think it is.
We made every mistake you can. We've learned our lesson, and now we're going to revamp the store. So the whole point of tonight's video is to thank you guys. For those of you who have supported us, we got over 450 park pass holders now. Those are people that come and visit Thunder Canyon anytime they want to for a year. That's how long it's good for.
Yeah.
And we're also going to give them a special code that is going to allow you to go into the private section of the store and get wholesale pricing on all the products that we have in there. And that's what we're hoping that you guys will do. Any of those that support us, want to buy a park pass, you're going to pay for your park pass if you need any one of these products just like that.
Exactly. And I think the other piece too, we started taking you on our RVing journey, right? And we talked about our horrible RV buying experience and the really embarrassing mistakes we made there. But this channel has kind of evolved into, it's bigger than RVing. This is like a life channel. And I think that in the same vein, sometimes by just, okay, we're falling flat on our face and announcing that, as opposed to trying to pretend like everything's, look at our successful store. Like, no, we need to start over. It's better to just admit it and just deal with what is. And what I noticed, what happened last time and what I suspect will happen this time, it's already kind of started to happen, is when we admit like, okay, we're really struggling with this. It's like the right person or the right idea or both. Everything just kind of shows up and unfolds.
It's back to our prayer. God, direct us and put the right people in our lives at the right time so we can better serve you. That's what we do. This isn't a job for us anymore. It's mission. This is so much bigger than we ever imagined it would be. We're not the leaders of the RV Odd Squad. We're just members of the RV Odd Squad. Our job is to serve our members as best as we possibly can.
Well, and I think that by being honest about, okay, this is a struggle, it's helpful for everyone. I mean, I'm sure we're not the only people that are trying to, being self-employed is a whole lot.
Well, I've been self-employed my whole life because I can't work for anybody.
He doesn't like following rules.
I don't like orders. So I've always worked for myself. Mercedes has always had a job, but when she came to work for me in my construction company 12, 13 years ago.
I still have a job.
Our business just exploded. It went great. And again, guys, this was never about money for us. We had money when we started RVing. If you go back and watch our early, we had everything.
Life was great.
Everything was great. We started a YouTube channel to have fun, right? And we thought we could bring something to the space that nobody else was bringing, which is the embarrassment, the mistakes. It's not all butterflies and roses, you know, and that's what we did.
Yeah, no. And so I feel like the whole falling flat on our face, it benefits you guys though, because you guys get a win from that, you know? And I think the other piece too is that, you know, as we regroup and lick our wounds and kind of redo the store, I'm clear on like what we want to have, what we don't want to have, and really who we're serving. Because the real reason we wanted to have the store was because we wanted like that one place where an RVer could go and they could get stuff that they could really rely on, because you don't have the time to be like, okay, which tire pressure monitoring system, if I have a problem with, like, how do I know which one is really going to be a good company that I can rely on? And we wanted a place that it was like really solid products. And I think we have that, but knowing what we know now, we just have to kind of start over and regroup.
Well, that said, we're perfectionists. We've only been doing this for a year, you guys. Imagine how good it's going to be next year. We are the most critical of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so we have made so many mistakes. I'm sure we're going to fall forward on a lot more mistakes.
Yeah.
But we're learning better and better how to serve our fellow RVers, how to serve the RV community.
And how not to.
Right. And how not to. That's how you learn how, is to learn not.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, everything is happening for our benefit. Somebody just had a really good idea. Speaking of a thing that we can learn on, people kind of want to know the link to the store. So I'm going to... store.rvoddcouple.com. Yeah.
And Mark, can you put it inside the...
I'm putting it in right now.
Oh, you got it?
Yep. And then what we can do is when you see the comment come through here, then we could put it in the bottom, and then that should... Oh, it's not showing.
No, it's not showing up.
Oh,
it looks like YouTube. Okay, there it is, guys. You got it right there.
No, but you got to post it like this. No, there. Like that.
Go ahead.
No, I just want it visual. Okay. So then you can see it.
So there's a store. Now, the prices that are in there for anybody that doesn't even know who we are, that is the lowest price we are allowed to sell it for to the public.
But
once you become a member, the game completely changes. And so our goal is to hit 1,000 members within the next month. We're trying to hit 200 more, and we just passed 800. Once we pass 1,000 members, guys, we get a ton of power with a lot of different industries. We're going to reach out to them and say, we've got 1,000 members and we want to offer them. But once you're a private member, we can give you products at cost. We're not allowed to do that if you're not a paid member.
Exactly.
It's against the rules, and they'll take our licenses away from us.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a lot of things that that we're learning and figuring out. And the other piece that I like too is that the old model, like what most YouTubers are doing, it's kind of an affiliate based model. So, you know, the company that sells this widget gives me a check to say I like this widget, and it's like no. What I like about this model is that we've tried these things out. We're getting them at the same price for our members that we could get them ourselves, because it's the wholesale thing. Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, Thunder Canyon is a huge success. Remember, we found this place about 15, 16 months ago. Mm-hmm. And that's when we made the decision to bring the RV Odd Squad in. We did one video before we had actually gotten to this place. 24 other families joined us. We didn't buy this by ourselves. We did this with some key partners, other RV Odd Squad members. Our Thunder Canyon is an RV Odd Squad owned park, guys.
Yeah.
And once you're when you become a member, we're working on getting you as many benefits as we can. The other thing is that, you know, we're looking at actually letting RV Odd Squad members buy pieces around Thunder Canyon Campground right now. The public will never know about that. It's only for our founding members. Yeah. Never again will we do something like that publicly. Oh my gosh. We're looking at other campgrounds. Yeah. We're looking at other parts and parcels all over the United States. There's power in numbers, you guys. And all we got to do now is serve more and more and more people, grow the community. And together, you've got stewards that are not looking about the money and nothing else. We're just looking for the power to help each other. That's all this is, guys.
Well, and I like the membership piece because it feels more like a community. And it's funny because it's member owned, it's member run, it's member operated, it's member. Like,
we don't have any employees here, you guys.
Yeah, we do the day-to-day operations. And the funny thing is that even though this is more like a vacation, people here are on vacation, but it's like a fun kind of.
Everybody helps.
But it's fun. You know, it doesn't feel like hours and hours of exhausted labor. It feels more fun. And, and everyone's giving.
It's a mission.
Yeah.
It's a mission. And we attract a lot of givers and very few takers. You know, we attract a lot of givers. Why? Because we're givers. You attract what you are. Many other YouTube channels don't dare say God because they can't take the heat in the comments, or have YouTube shadow ban them. You know, because you know this is what you're not supposed to do. This is the rule, and you probably won't hear hardly any channels talk about this. We support our police. We support our country. You can't talk about God. And the more they say stop talking about God in your channel, I go God. God has given us all this. We didn't do this. Okay. God just put this on our plate and we're doing the best we can to serve him, and he's taking care of the rest. That's it. Period. The end.
Yeah. Well, and I think the other piece too is, so like we just got a comment asking if we're doing anything for Christmas. Like it's a community. Yeah. All the holidays, like we break bread together, we get together, and it's awesome. We just had
Thanksgiving here and we had almost 40 members.
Yeah.
We all chipped in. We got 3 big turkeys. We had a ham. Everybody chipped in, and what a wonderful day we had. We start every day in the morning at right around, we call it Thunder Canyon time ish. Right around 9-ish, we all meet. We do a breakfast together. We do a prayer together, and then we go our own ways, you know, but the community that you feel here is incredible. You feel God's presence everywhere here.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is really funny is that, sometimes like when we get together and we have breakfast and whatnot, the morning prayer is like at 9:46, and other times it's like at 9:05. Okay. It's Thunder Canyon time. It's like you drive through the gates and the clocks stop.
And we ask everybody that enters Thunder Canyon to leave your baggage at the front gate.
Yes.
There's only friendly, kind, happy people here. Yes. You don't know what it is until you come visit, you guys, but everybody that comes to visit, they're talking about a new symptom called Thunder Canyon withdrawal symptom. And it's almost like if you ever gone on a retreat, and it's wonderful. It's having the community. You just feel like yourself. And then when you leave, it's almost like a re-entry when you leave the retreat because it's back to life again.
Yeah.
Thunder Canyon is kind of a place where that happens. It's magical. It's absolutely magical here.
Well, and that's the other piece that I really like is that people come here because like they see the YouTube channel and they come kind of to say hi, but then they come back for like they come back for the fellowship, they come back for the beauty, they come back like
we have people now that live within 4 or 5 hours that have visited 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
You know, this winter we've got I think a dozen people who are staying with us here through the winter. I mean, you guys know it's not a lot of fun camping in cold weather. It's just not. It really isn't a lot of fun. Unless you do it for a weekend or a week. But when we were RVing full time, we would chase in the 70s. If we were still RVing, we'd be down in Florida right now.
That's another thing too, that it's, you know, when it's winter and it's a little bit colder, you got to make it feel warmer. So how do you do that, you know? And getting together and having good food and just spending time with people. But what's nice about the way we're doing it too is that when you want to be alone, because you know how RVers kind of like their alone time too, there's no pressure. Like you don't have to go to an activity if you don't want to.
Just come and relax.
Yeah, but when you feel like it, you can, you know? So that's the piece that I think is really awesome. Just that it's not pressured. And what we're noticing is that a lot of people like being a part of it, you know?
Yeah, there's something special going on here. And I don't know if you guys have paid attention the last couple of years, but everything has been insane for 2 years. Nothing is normal. It's insanity is everywhere.
It's so true.
And the crazy, you don't think you can get any crazier than it is. And it
there's more.
Does. It's just crazy. You come through the gates here and you got a whole bunch of people that believe in God, family, and country, you know, a community. And that's what we're building. We're hoping that it's a crazy vision. It's big. Can we do it by ourselves? No, it almost killed us in the first year, but now we're getting some other people to come in and give us a hand doing this. And it's going to get better and better and better. And God willing, we'll be able to repeat this, you know, because we never even know how to run a campground. But once we get the model and we understand how all this works and how how the computers work and all that stuff, then hopefully God will give us another gift in another part of the country where we can get closer to other people.
Yeah. Well, that's the piece too, that I feel like, you don't know what you don't know. And the campground alone is a full-time job doing it effectively.
It is.
There's the biggest thing that I've learned from the campground portion of our lives in the last year is safety.
Right.
Is that, when I see a guest check in, I'm looking at their health and safety as well.
Right.
And when I used to walk into a campground, I hate to say this, but I used to walk into a campground and I'd look at like, what could the campground, like, did it have an amenity that I like, or did it have, and now I go to a campground and I'm thinking like,
do they have an AED?
Yeah. Are they safe? Okay, that walkway, there's a little thing there that you could like, you look at things differently.
Right. Right. And most of our owners have had training to all get certified in safety and CPR.
Yep.
We basically spent 1 hour, 7 hours one day with most of the people that helped us do this getting trained, and that stuff's so important. And our audience, one of the other challenges of our audience is that they're pretty much over 55 years old. Mm-hmm. And so they're not too friendly with digital stuff already, with making computer systems work and how do you reset your password and that kind of thing. So it's crazy. And then with our founders actually get our cell phone number. Mm-hmm. We text. We want to help as much as we can. Do we text right back immediately? Not all the time, but at least we do get back to everybody.
Yeah, we try to. We really try to. Thank you. Is it Gina? Thank you, Fuentes. I know how to say that. Gianna? I don't know.
Fuentes.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have a location close to you soon.
Yeah, thank you, honey.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I mean, I haven't received any orders yet from God. He gave me this one about a year and a half ago and saying we've just get everything we can. What's really cool is we've come a long way here at Thunder Canyon. We didn't even know how to run a campground, and now we put thousands of people coming to the campground. It's a great success. Everybody loves it. All the original families that come in have done extremely well with what they brought in. And we're hoping that when we get good enough at this, we can actually duplicate this in other places around the country. That's the big, big vision.
Well, knowing what
and the only way we're going to be able to pull that off is with a lot of new members. We need a ton of new members. And again, guys, with God, anything is possible. Anything with God, anything is possible with God. And I truly believe that thine will, not mine, be done. And I don't need, my job's probably already done. I just don't know what it looks like yet.
Well, and that's the piece too, is like not being in the outcome business. That's hard, and the other piece too, like looking at your kid grow, how you don't see it. And then a friend that you haven't seen in a month says, oh my goodness.
That's so true. And
this is like watching our kid grow. And so we don't notice it, but over time, things are getting better. Every time somebody comes that hasn't been here in a couple months, they're like, wow, everything looks great. And we're like, really? Are you sure?
Well, we live here daily. And so we don't see the progress, but there's a ton of progress going on here. And it's so fun to have. Here's the coolest thing. We run a YouTube channel, and all of you guys know who we are, but we haven't met you personally yet. We can't tell you how cool it is to meet everybody in person. It's a little weird that they know us and we know nothing about them, but it's fun getting to know them. And it gets better and better each time they come back, because when they come back, it's like family's back. Oh yeah, you remember the face, you remember the name.
Well, and it takes time to develop a relationship. And unless you've been really active in the comments and, I can anchor you with like, oh, you're, Bumblefoot 72, unless you've been really active, if we don't, it takes a while to get to know people, and you guys know us better, like Don, for example,
Don's a pain in my butt is what Don is. Thanks for the $10. Yeah. He pays $10 so he can humiliate me. That's what he just wanted his. So there you go, Don. He's out in California, and I don't think I would ever go near California with a campground because of the regulations and the craziness.
Yeah.
But I'd love to be somewhere up near Oregon or somewhere where that's way outside of the cities, a safe place. Guys, when we started this, remember, we had gone through the crazy lockdowns, and we were running a YouTube channel. Our daughter was getting therapy for autism down in Florida. And we got thousands of emails of people that couldn't find a place to stay because states were shutting down campgrounds, national was shutting down campgrounds. What are you laughing at? It's
Don
hard to focus.
Don doesn't know that he could humiliate John for free. You didn't have to give us $10
Yeah.
to humiliate.
It's free. Well, you shouldn't get rid of that. He's got to pay if he wants to put that up
All right,
there. There
and
you go.
then we'll show a super sticker. You can heckle him for free. It doesn't cost you much.
Hey, thank you, Dave Ersprung. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think I've seen you in the comments.
No, and remember Tona, Daytona.
Yeah, Tona.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's David from Daytona.
I don't remember what I was saying, so go.
Oh, well, I was just telling you who that was.
Okay.
I'm starting to have that happen to me too, that if I lose a thought, I need to walk back into the other room to remember what I was thinking. I forgot it.
Mark says here in the comments, Mark is my right-hand man, my best friend. And Mark says that you have not been to a bonfire until you come to a bonfire at Thunder Canyon. You guys, you're talking flames 60, 65 foot in the air. We've got 4 or 5 great spots for them. Remember, we got so much clearing to do that we got plenty of fuel for these fires, and we teepee these things. They're great.
No, and I was just talking about how, like, now I'm so concerned with safety, but we do have these crazy killer bonfires.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's kind of like old school. So like there's respect, there's kindness, but then again, like bonfires, you know what I mean? Without all this, like, red tape. Like when I was in high school, we had one bonfire. Isn't that sad? Mm-hmm. How many bonfires did you have?
There was a bonfire every time there was a keg.
See,
yeah.
Well,
kegs and bonfires went together where I grew up. There's nothing like a bonfire on the beach, but I'll tell you what, the Thunder Canyon bonfires compete with any of that stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at everyone commenting right now, and it's just warming my heart because it takes time to get to know people, and that's one of the things I like when people come back. Then it's like you get to spend more time with them, and you have like small conversations, and then it's like. But
it's also hard because we've never had so many friends in our lives. Yeah. Our family is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but it is really cool. The more people come, the more we get to know them, and it's like hugs. First it's a handshake, and then now it's hugs and texting each other back and forth. How are you? Yeah. Quick prayer for Frank. Frank was here.
He made a comment.
Is Frank here? Frank and Gio?
Yes, he's in the comments.
So Frank's been in our prayers. He's been here. He knows what we're talking about. But you haven't visited Thunder Canyon till you visit Thunder Canyon.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's just all kind of it's slowly unfolding.
Yeah. So if you haven't become a member of the RV Odd Squad, guys, come in and buy a park pass tonight. $97 to support our mission, support what we're doing here. We're getting ready to start a chapel here at Thunder Canyon.
Yeah.
We're super excited about next year. Mercedes and I are considering renewing our vows with each other here next year. And we were considering inviting some of other couples to renew their vows with us. We thought it would be super cool.
You said renew our vows with each other.
Well, yeah, obviously.
No. But you know what? I think I would like to do something to kind of celebrate marriage. You know what I mean? Something that it's like, we had a couple people in the comments like, can I get married here? Can I renew vows here? And I think that, nothing wrong with being single or nothing like that. But I do think that marriage is hard and we need better examples, And so we need to educate those examples. You have to witness those examples, right? So I'm not saying I'm an example, like we're learning everything. If anything, you and I bickering, I think people can relate to.
Well, remember how this whole thing started, guys. Mercedes had filed for divorce in me in Florida.
That was the beginning.
I was dying of untreated alcoholism.
Yeah.
I was done. And when I gave my life to God and said, thine will not mine be done, you keep me sober and I'll help your other kids. That was the original deal. Because I couldn't stop. I couldn't stay away.
Yeah.
And then at the closing, we were split up. We were ready to cut the money in half and go our separate ways. And I had an experience. And I promised God that I would do as best I can to help other people and that he would keep me sober. And that's what has been happening ever since we hit the road.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you tell the story.
Yeah.
I remember that the realtors, you know how realtors like to take Facebook pictures when they do a closing, like to brag to their friends or something?
I was green.
Yeah.
I was actually yellow.
They're all like.
I was yellow.
And
my
John's
liver was failing. It was a mess.
He's watching his life like be destroyed before his eyes.
And with that said, as we rebuilt and gave ourselves to God, our relationship got stronger and stronger and stronger. The closer Mercedes and I personally got close to our Creator, God, the closer we became to each other. And we've never been as close as we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's my best friend.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's just that back to back, you know. Who was it that said that, you know, the wedding cake, it has the wife and the groom like facing the same direction.
Right.
But really they should be back to back because you're facing the world together.
Yeah. Yeah. And whenever we've had challenges or struggles, we go back to back. Yeah. Mercedes brings something to the table I don't have. Yeah. And I bring something to the table she doesn't have. And I think that's why God puts us together with each other.
Yeah.
It's so we can be one whole, you know, and go back to back and watch out for the other person. But
but the problem is I don't always understand his language, right? Because he speaks man and I don't speak man.
Well, I don't like to speak at all. That's my problem.
He would rather. Like,
I got stuff to do, baby.
Can you text it? No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, like, so half the battle we have is just speaking the same language. And then, have you guys ever done this? Where
yes, Dex. If you purchase a $97 park pass, you can always upgrade. We do that.
Yeah, we have a coupon.
Yeah, we got a coupon so you can jump up to the next level. Yeah. Typically, what happens is park passes come and visit Thunder Canyon. Yeah. They experience what it is. You just don't know until you get here, and then they upgrade. Yeah. When our founders do come here, we get them on a side-by-side and we give them a huge tour.
We strap
up Thunder Canyon. We strap you under safari ride and show you the most beautiful places, the waterfalls, Baptismal Pond, Apostle Falls.
It's crazy.
This place is incredible, you guys. Videos don't do this place justice.
Yeah. No.
Thank you, Earl.
It's true.
Thank you, Earl. Appreciate that.
It's really hard because, you know, the camera and the angle, it's hard to get a sense of how big the rocks are and all that kind of stuff and just how pretty the place really is.
Yeah.
John brings the hat.
I thought you'd like that one. Thanks, Mike. Mike D. You guys are all talking with each other.
That's funny.
Again, we can't tell you how grateful we are. I never, ever imagined that we'd be doing this.
Oh my gosh.
At this point in our lives. And it happens so fast.
At this point in my life.
But at the same time, Mercedes and I would tell you, for the first time in my life, I have never, ever known where I was supposed to be. I absolutely am certain that I am in the right place at the right time. And I know what my job is right now. I know what God is telling me to do.
Yeah.
I've always prayed for thine will, not mine be done, but I've never really had any guidance or, a mission.
Yeah.
And when my passion hit this mission, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I serve. I wake up in the morning. I say, what do you want me to do today?
Yeah. Sometimes the prayer is like, use me. And then it's like, oh, I should have been more ouch. Because you'd be surprised at what you can pack into the stream of life.
Oh, there's Maura Noonan. Oh, did you? Did I just get rid of her?
No,
Go.
Yeah,
hey, Maura.
Yeah. Every now and then.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family too, honey. God bless.
Yeah.
I went to high school with her. She can attest. I was crazy.
Okay, Maura. That's hilarious. That would be kind of funny to we're all miracles in our own way, right?
Yeah. We all have challenges. We all have special gifts that God gives us. And the trick in life is to figure out what your gift is and how you can serve him with that gift.
Amen. Okay, Keith Allen put in a great comment right here. Check this out.
Keith Allen.
He got the full tour this fall. Sage went along. She made it even more interesting.
Oh, Sage is amazing, you guys. Along with everything we've been telling you we've been doing in Thunder Canyon, we homeschool Sage.
Yeah.
And Sage is a genius. Sage is a genius. She's reading, she's writing, she sings songs and spells letters around the house. Sage is a miracle. And we've shared with you, if you followed us for a while, we believe it's the prayers that have made the miracle in Sage. Remember, she didn't talk for 3 years. And then all of a sudden, one day, she started talking. Mm-hmm. We think it was the prayers.
Oh, definitely. And there's a couple of comments real quick.
Whoa.
Maura says, yes, you were crazy, but you were also very intelligent. So that's very kind of
I tell everybody, Mercedes is one of the smartest women I have ever known, but her choice in men is not good.
I disagree.
Charles McCroby.
Yeah,
where do you go?
Thank you.
Man, thanks, Chuck.
Your 10th visit.
God, Chuck's been here, I don't know, I think it's close to a dozen times. You want to talk about, we're working together on this award that we give at Thunder Canyon. These are people that go over and above.
Yep.
And we're going to call it the Mark Award, Apostle Mark. And Charles, he's probably going to be the first one to get it.
Well, funny story about Chuck, when we get together in the morning and we make like a list of what we're going to do for the day, when he's at the canyon, we make a Chuck list.
A Chuck list. Because the guy can do anything.
Well, he's got like, you know how we all have our different strengths and stuff like that. And,
he's good at everything.
And those
and he's willing to learn.
Yeah, and the skill set has been very helpful.
Absolutely.
With all the adventures
God
here.
sends us everybody we need right when we need it.
Yeah.
You know, we have a want list and we never quite get what we want, but we always get what we need here.
Like that one song. You know which song I'm talking about?
Nope.
The campaign song from
Thanks a lot, Chuck.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I have your family, my prayer list. I appreciate it, you guys. I really believe that the prayers have made all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
You know, when you the biggest blessing of having a channel in the RV Yacht Squad community, we've got thousands of people praying for us every day. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm at a place now. I don't think I can screw this up. Mm-hmm. I really don't. I think God's taking this thing over and the right people now are going to bring it where it needs to go. I really believe if I left this earth tomorrow, that my family is going to be taken care of by one of the best communities on the planet. And that they'll watch out for my beautiful daughter and my beautiful wife. And that's a very comfortable feeling to know that.
I don't like you talking like that.
Well, I'm just saying, just making a point.
No, I agree. We're
Hey, Nan.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Nan because
Nan's another amazing one.
Yeah.
Nan and her husband, Bill, were our first partners here.
Yep. And
Bill flew in from Texas and had dinner with us.
And it's funny because she's having a conversation in the chat about to Manuela about the fudge recipe.
Oh, the fudge recipe.
So make sure we get that fudge recipe. I'm just saying, Arbonne lady. Wink, wink. She texted you the fudge recipe, so you're gonna have to share the fudge recipe.
I don't know how you can read this and talk at the same time because I can't do that. Usually it's got to be light up red or yellow. Oh, and I can see that, but I had no idea you guys were having a fudge conversation in our.
It's gone. I put it away now. So
hey, there's Micmac. Hey, Micmac. Let's see.
Who's Micmac?
Micmac. I see her on YouTube. She leaves comments.
Okay, cool. You know, John.
Extremely intelligent, and what a gift from God. What a blessing from God these kids are. Unbelievable. And quite frankly, I'd never put my kid in this school right now with the ideology they're spewing.
It's really interesting. And what's interesting about the homeschool, okay, funny story. I will be doing homeschool and she'll be putting numbers on the board and she'll be like, what number is this? And John walks in and he's like, 22.
Well, I know the answer.
So I'm like, it's supposed to be for her. Or she'll be taking like a quiz and it's a timed quiz. It's just a little drill to get the addition, program. And he's like cheating. Like he's like, and I'm like, John, like, don't help our kid cheat on
So
her
Russ
test.
Berry, we now have 37 chickens. 36. Mercedes. We lost another one? You had 37.
I had 37. Okay. We have 36.
We have 36 chickens, and I've guaranteed it's over. It's done. She can't have any more chickens. I did get my 16 cows. We sold 4 of those. So here at Thunder Canyon, we are just about this close to being completely self-sufficient. If the wheels do come off with the whole thing we're in right now, and things get any crazier, we've got a safe place for the families that helped us with this to go.
Yeah.
It's a great bug out place. We've got meat. We got everything we need here.
So this is really important. We got some comments about the wall, the signs on the wall. And see, we've been working on having like a space that kind of represents us. So I love how Fenway Park is pointing to you. I love the Key West, the Florida. And then on my side, we've got some Sedona, some Denver up here. And do you notice all of these chicken signs? I mean, I'm just saying. And then Popeye for John, because John is my Popeye. And John is my Popeye.
This is the only thing that I wanted.
Yeah, this is like.
I think this would be a great big, great backdrop.
I hate it. I hate it.
I got another one of Jesus.
Yeah, he gets all these ridiculous flags that like I can't. It's not the picture of Jesus that I don't like. That sounded bad, but it's just like he's got these flags, and it just looks like.
Yeah, I got the Constitution.
It's just not my vibe.
Well,
people.
I think we're in a spiritual war in this country, and it used to be this side versus that side, but I really believe in my heart it's good versus evil at this point.
So Linda loves the flag. I think we should give the flag to Linda.
Which flag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. But okay, everyone really likes the flags. Okay, don't encourage him. Okay. Don't encourage him.
Yeah.
He's like, it looks great. I'm like, we're not hanging a flag behind us. And so
I thought it would be great.
Well, I like these signs. And then we got Colorado down here, though you can't really see it.
And if you want to kind of take a peek on what some of these say, these are all places we've been in the country.
Exactly.
You know? And then there's Mercedes chicken thing. I can't get it. I can't get it. I don't know how. Everything's backwards. So.
It is kind of backwards.
So I can't make it work.
But basically, we have room to add more. Some of the stuff was actually gifted to us from our Odd Squad members. And the things that represent kind of me are on my side. And the things that kind of represent you are on your side. Yeah.
And guys, just so you know, we do a live podcast once a month and all paid members come in.
Yeah.
This is all... we usually go live for about an hour and a half. And Mercedes and I just talk about just stuff that normally you shouldn't talk about.
All the things you can't say.
Right. We talk about everything in our podcast. So if you do become a paid member, you will be allowed to come into that podcast and talk with us and watch us make fools out of ourselves.
It's great. Or fight. One of the two.
Haven't made it to the Thunder Canyon yet, but it's on my bucket list. Cool. Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you too, Adrian.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And really appreciate it.
Tom wants to buy a cow. It's all that.
Hey guys, my cows. Here's the deal. Honest to God, I like the chickens. They're fun to watch. Ask Mark. I mean, they're kind of cool to watch. I mean, 36, that's a little bit much, but we get tons of eggs, right?
Yeah.
The cows are starting to get to know me. And my neighbor Jimmy is teaching me how to do this.
Yeah.
And I've been giving him sweet feed. So now when my cows see me, they start mooing like crazy, because they know who I am. And I'll go up to the fence and they're eating out of my hand. I had 8 of them break out of the fencing last week when I was bringing in a bale of hay to feed them on the forklift. I figured that they would follow the food into where I dropped it in the ring, and they went out behind me. And I'm sitting in the skid steer and I see them running out the back. So sweet feed, Bill was able to come over, help me, and get them back into the pen.
You know what's funny is, so when you were feeding the cows, that you even said, like, Mercedes, can you come with me to help? And I was like, you need me to help? And you're like, no, I guess I'll do it on my own. I should have
gotten the help, but I'll never do it again. And Bill's here now full time. Bill's here with it. Here with us at Thunder Canyon. He'll help me do it.
Yeah, and his I think his grandparents or something had cows or something. So he likes the nostalgia of the cows. And these cows are not dairy cows; they're meat cows. So they're less work as far as the day-to-day operations. So
hey guys,
that part's good.
Want to hear a crazy fact? How much our YouTube channel has gotten hit since we found Thunder Canyon and we started talking about building a community of like-minded people of God, family, country. I told you earlier on that we used to do about 9,000 in advertising through YouTube, a check that they give us every month. That's down around $2,200 now.
Yeah.
And we've lost over 75,000 subscribers. So those of you who think we're in this for selfish reasons, you're so wrong. You are so wrong. There's the bigger the channels that, that play the game and do the
I could make money. I could talk about cereal. I could talk about earrings. Yeah. I could talk about all these things.
Hostess would hire us, with the donuts and stuff.
So don't say that.
Yeah. And so this has nothing to do with money for us. Yeah. Nothing at all to do with it. It's about community. It's about me having a legacy that my kids will be proud of one day. Yeah. That their crazy father, was a part of what's gone on here at Thunder Canyon. And bigger than that, like I said, I know what my mission is. I know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, which is pretty peaceful.
Yeah. Well,
I never really knew until I turned 56.
But the other piece that's so cool about you, and I can see this in you, but I can't see this in myself, is that every experience that you've had up to this point, every profession in the trades and construction that you've worked.
That's right.
And then even the time that we spent RVing gave you very good information on what an RV needs when you were driving the RV. You got a sense of what you look for in the roads, what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so it's like everything was training you for what you needed.
Well, yeah. And me and a couple of other RV Squad members had a great conversation about this today. It's like God knows what the purpose is and where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Getting there is human will.
Yeah, that's
right. And that's the piece that hurts.
Yeah.
But I'm going to end up right where I'm supposed to, as long as I continue to be as much as I possibly can, like Jesus Christ.
Well, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's, if you've ever been to Thunder Canyon, you'll understand what I mean when I say that I would have settled for a tenth of this. I would have settled for like for a little body of water or no body of water, and then you look at Thunder Canyon and you look at the two creeks and you look at the reflection pond and you look at, it's just so gorgeous. It's so amazing. And the connections that we've built with the people here is really amazing.
These are the kind of comments I like. Being Christian is wonderful and I'm one, but John, you need to remember that America is multicultural, and we're all created equal under God. We're all the same. We're all God's children, period. And so, I guess, sure.
Well, I feel like maybe he's making an assumption.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The most judgmental people in the world are the ones that say you shouldn't judge.
Maybe he assumes that because you have a certain belief that means you think everyone should have that belief. And I feel like a lot of people have been attracted to the channel because they see certain things the way you do, but that doesn't mean that you're saying that I'm only going to talk to people that are a certain way. Or
I never said that I wouldn't talk to people that didn't believe in,
Yeah. And so
I never ever said anything like that.
So that's the kind of thing that it's unfortunate that sometimes people assume that means, and it's like, why can't we what happened to the days where you would sit in the dinner table across the dinner table with a family member that totally disagrees with you in politics, and you guys would hammer it out in the
you can talk about politics, and now you're just a racist.
Now you can't. You're a homophobe. Now you can't even have those conversations. Nope. And it's like, and I don't know. It's too bad that people just make this assumption. It's us and them, and that's horrible. Yeah, that's horrible.
Why can't we do drag story time with your kids? You know what I mean? Well, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have anything in common with those type of people. And I have nothing to talk about with those people that want to hit my impressionable minded kid ever. So how do you talk to that?
Well, I'm trying to soften the message and you're like trying to make it more
abrasive. All right. I got triggered. But no, I don't think anybody's ever heard me talk that I love everybody as my brother and sister.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like them, but I'll be kind to them. Be kind to me, and I'll be totally kind to you. I don't care what you look like, what you do, I don't care about any of that. Just be kind and have manners. And guess what? I'm a mirror. You're going to get the same thing back from me.
And this is where, whatever your name is, you're completely judging us. You're guilty of judging us.
Jesus was a liberal.
Yeah. It's like, whatever. Just have the conversation. To say that he wouldn't be welcome in our campground.
Yeah,
God bless you.
I'm not biting into this anymore. Mark, anybody starts doing that stuff, just boot them.
Yeah.
Just boot them.
Yeah.
Well, we're past an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I love Slider's comment. He said, respect is everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Manners. One of the things we love Idaho, Alabama down here. It's like going back in the country 75 years.
Yeah.
Everybody has manners and they're kind to each other. I don't know what anybody does or who they're with, but they're just kind. And I don't really care.
Just be nice. Kindness goes a long way.
Yep. There's only one judge and none of us are it.
Exactly.
So I believe in the judge, but I'm not it.
Yep. I think that life is too short, and that's the other thing. I want to be for what I'm for. Not what I'm against.
What we're for, not what we're against. So
I like what Donnie Thomas says. That's why God is doing through you guys. This is so special.
All right.
It's a miracle we're still here.
It is. It's an absolute miracle.
Yeah.
So, and it's one of the biggest reasons I'm most proud about the community that we're building.
Yeah.
We're givers. We're not takers. I love the people that I call my family now, RV Odd Squad members. And we don't really talk about much of that stuff when we come here. We just help each other. We talk a lot about God, family, and the country.
Okay, so next time we see Peanut and Amy, we're going to have to ask him, Tin Can Carl, the van.
Peanut would be a great Santa Claus, Carl.
But how would he okay, so someone says what they want for Christmas, and then Peanut talks with his southern accent, and
it's the funniest thing when Peanut and I have a conversation.
They don't understand each other.
We can't understand each other. So I got to listen. I'm hard of hearing already because of construction, but I really got to listen to understand what the heck he's saying because his accent's so thick.
And he has to listen.
And
to
he
John.
has to listen
He
just
has
as
no
close to
clue.
me because he doesn't understand what I'm saying.
And because you're talking so fast.
Oh, yeah,
He's
that's true.
He literally said to me one day, John talks so fast. It's like, slow down. We got all day. And that's the critical difference between a southerner and a northerner. The southerner has all day and the northerner does not.
The northerner's got, he's in a hurry. He's in a hurry. He's always late. He's got to get something done. Yeah. So anyways, God bless you guys. Yeah. We love you. If you haven't come visited Thunder Canyon, come out and visit us. If you haven't become a member of the RV Odd Squad, jump in, get a park pass. And right now you can go in our store and get founder pricing, wholesale pricing on everything. Buy a sticker, buy a t-shirt, support the mission that we're doing here. And thank you for all your support. Keep us in your prayers.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We love you guys.